And we have made it to the jewel of Ethiopia, St. George's Church, and the view at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, quite a neat experience going through the darkness. That's the definition of faith, walking where you cannot see. What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode from Ethiopia. This time starting the day off in Lalibela, and I started the episode in the room because I want to show you guys the accommodation here, which has a tremendous view over the whole valley. Check this out. Yeah, if you have seen the previous episode, the drive here was fantastic. They have canyons, they have hills, they have mountains, they have everything you can think of when it comes to landscape. That beautiful resort right there. Phenomenal. Yeah, a complete 360 from the Afar region. With any further delay, let's get this episode from Lalibela on the way so you guys can see some of the most fantastic churches that have been sculpted in rock. We're gonna try and visit 8 or so. I believe there are 11 in the region here, but we're gonna go and visit 8, probably 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, have a little lunch in between, and then we're gonna call it a night and come back here, and then tomorrow we're gonna head over to Gondar. So yeah, another view. Yeah, I'm gonna go to have some breakfast, fill up on coffee, and then hit the road. So we have made it to the first church, and this is the teaching after the service was over. They're handing out bread, but yeah, the church is right here. So all the churches are from the 12th century, 13th century, and so on, and they're still functioning to this day. So although we have some pillars here that were built for reinforcement, all the churches, they're made out of one block. Well, they're carved out of one block. They're not put on top of each other, except, like I said, these, so they can have some solid ground and some solid support after the earthquake.
The capital was Aksum, which is further north. The second one is called the Zagwe. And during the Zagwe period, the capital was Roha. Roha is the older name of this town. The name Lalibela taken after the king. And then Gondar. I think tomorrow you're heading to Gondar.
So inside the church, made a good idea to bring the other camera because it's actually really dark in here. So if you do bring a decent camera, well, any camera besides your phone, you gotta pay around $6, I believe, 300 of these. But yeah, check this out. So guys, a lot of times I'll probably just do some shooting, not much talking. I mean, there's still a little bit of praying going on, and some people, you know, praying by themselves. So I just don't want to just go and blab all throughout. I'll go in some of these spots which are more remote, and then I'll probably do some talking there as well. But yeah, again, we're gonna visit a multitude of churches spread out here in Lalibela. So we will actually visit all 11 churches. I talked to the person that we hired as a guide here, and we can actually visit all in a timely manner. 6 of them are located in this region, so we don't have to walk too much. We're gonna go and have some lunch, and then afterwards we're gonna visit the other 5, and then the Jewel, St. George, which is located a little bit further than the other 2 complexes. Really interesting that some of the windows here have shapes from other religions, from Buddhism. Check that out. The Buddhist swastika right there, 2 of them, and then the middle one, St. Andrew's cross, and then the regular cross. Quite interesting. So this right here is the fertility pool. The ladies that cannot have kids or want to have kids, they come to the pool. They get immersed into the pool and magic happens. But yeah, it looks a little bit fertile for algae rather than anything else. So this is actually one compound that contains 2 churches separated by a wall, even though it looks like one. And that's the reason why Lalibela has 11, you know, even though you have 10 physically, there are 11 because of the wall that separates 2 of them here inside. Very small one, this one.
Small place. But imagine during service, like 100 people can fit in here.
Really? 100 people can fit here?
Yeah, as long as there is room to stand.
This church here has a lot of paintings. Check this out. A little bit different than the other ones.
So if you look at there, you can see someone on a donkey back that's Mary, the flight of Mary to Egypt. The ceiling with these nicely made rosettes, tuples with brown and dark color. That's really with a loft. And the loft has got 7 divisions. In that room they store church properties. And the doors are also could be either juniper or olive. You know, the juniper naturally has a chemical to resist insects, and they really last for a long period. So this could be from the time of the church. Better than nagel, and then we put on our shoes.
So check out these huts, these houses on 2 levels. They're unique for this area. At the bottom, they use them for animals, I believe, and at the top, they used it for living. Nowadays, they're protected. No one lives here. They're more like monuments. And we have made it to the jewel of Ethiopia, St. George's Church. Check it out, in the shape of a cross. This is the main symbol that you will see everywhere if you Google Ethiopia. It's actually a little bit smaller than I imagined. It's 15 meters deep, but size-wise, it's actually, I believe, 15 as well. But let's go a little bit right near the cliff. Oh yeah, it's deep. Yeah, so definitely from the bottom you can tell the scale of it. Width-wise is not that big, but height-wise, yeah, it's big, it's humongous. This is one of those places that has been on my bucket list for a very long time, very similar to Dalol. Ethiopia has been on my top 3 for a very long time, and I had to postpone it 2 or 3 times, but finally made it here. Can't wait to see the inside of the church as well. But I'm gonna go really quick back up for some photos, and then gonna go inside. Check out the entrance to the church, all carved. Super, super cool. So while walking at the base of St. George, just some interesting facts about the whole complex here. It took around 23 years to build everything, to build all the 11 churches. And they say around 40,000 people have worked here. So yeah, quite the project. Yeah, the view from above is where the magic is. But man, yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal. They actually have a little tomb here as well for some of the people that wanted to be buried at Lalibela back in the day, with some leftovers, some bones, some skulls. So they pretty much left them in this cave to dry out. Check out this beautiful sculpture right here, straight into the wall. And here we have a painting, an icon of King Lalibela. So yeah, the town here had a different name previously, and then it was renamed after the king. So there are actually 12 carvings representing the 12 apostles. Even though we have only 4 here, the remaining 8 are behind the curtains and we're not allowed to go there. But yeah, like I mentioned, King Lalibela. Here's another one.
Different stories, but that's just, you can ignore it. Two ways. One is from the very beginning, before marriage, and the other one is after marriage. And sometimes you say, okay, we'll get.
And one last glimpse from above before heading out. They're closing here. All the churches will close and they'll reopen at 2:30. Continuing the tour of the churches here in Lalibela. 5 more to go before finishing off the day. Check out how humongous this one looks. It's actually in renovation. Quite a bit of construction, mostly outside. This was actually a fort before it became an official church.
Story taken from the book of Daniel. So you can walk around, you can go to Rafa, and as I've said, you can go in and have a look.
So this is 2 churches in one as well. This is Raphael and the other one is Gabriel. Completely dark. This one's actually a little bit devastated, and that's why they're not holding ceremonies here. And the one that has the opening is Gabriel. Place, no? So back in the day, a whole bunch of hermits used to live here in these caves, very, very close to the churches, when the city of Lalibela was extremely small. The guy told us that when he was 5 or 6, he used to run around here and there were like 5,000 people in the whole city of Lalibela, and now it grew to 65,000. Quite impressive. And now I believe the whole city, out of those 65, 1,000 are part of the church community, priests from the choir, deacons, and so on. So there actually are some tunnels here that we're going to pass through to go to the next church. This was so interesting, guys. You had to walk around 40 meters or so in complete darkness. And the view at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, quite a neat experience going through the darkness. That's the definition of faith, walking where you cannot see. We have another impressive one. Check this out. So they believe that this one is actually the first one out of all the churches here in Lalibela. Some people may say it's from the 8th, some people may say it's from the 9th century, but they all agreed upon that most of them are from the 11th and 12th century. From the 12th century. So these other churches are covered as well, just like the first ones. So more examples. Yeah, maybe at this point it's getting a little bit like a rerun, but yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, everything, just the inside, just the stories behind it, just being here and just listening to all the tales, true or not, is still fascinating.
So the one at the end is Ethiopian one called Balthazar. And this one is for the apostles. The apostles. Of course, Christ and the 12 apostles. Look at Peter and the soldiers. There is again Christ already arrested, and when they took him to Pilate.
And the inside as well. Yeah, a little bit more design, just like the outside. So with that, guys, putting an end to the video from Lalibela here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We've seen a whole bunch of churches. Probably got tired of seeing so many sculpted rock churches, but tremendous. Definitely something that you got to put on your bucket list. And we were super lucky to get this fantastic weather, way better than Afar, and you can actually enjoy what you're actually doing, not just be tired and sweaty all the time. So with that, gratitude should be the only attitude. Stay humble, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.